What's going on, y'all? This is episode 11 of 10's Hip Hop Unfiltered. I am the host, Zoe, with a couple of homies, man, recognizable as always. We got Kennawayne, Henny God, and then we have special guests who will also be a regular contributor if he lives up to the billing. My boy, D.Drew, man. What's going on, everybody?
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Not a thing, not a damn thing.
As we get this thing going, man, as always, we appreciate all the love. Make sure you like and subscribe as well. Trying to run it up real quick, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to get right to it, man. Fuck how you feel. Ace Hood was running the game at a point. Maybe he wasn't running the game. That might have been a little too strong, but he was in that bitch. Long before the rollie fell off, man. Ace Hood in 2009 gave us, it wasn't his debut album, but to many of us, it was the debut of him being in the limelight when he was out there with DJ Khaled. We got Ruthless today as our throwback album. Album was laced with a lot of good features, man. A lot of Khaled affiliations. They're heavy. You had Ross, Jasmine Sullivan, you name it on that album. And that was when Ace Hood was going hard, man, in the game. So let's just talk about it. Let's start with my boy Drew, man. Welcome to the show.
What's up? Thank you guys for having me.
Now, whatever, nigga.
Shut up. I hate you, nigga. Now, I was trying to look back. Like you said, this was 2009. It was the summer of 2009. I was trying to figure out where I was at. And I was at football summer camp. I was like, this is why I heard this shit so many fucking times. Because when you listen to this shit, it's a whole thing. You got to be in a mode. You got to be in the zone. The whole thing is crunk all the way through, nigga. All the way through. So you got to be like you got to be in the zone. You can't just be like chilling and laying up with somebody.
Workout mode.
On that Cam Newton.
Yes, nigga. And I was trying to look too. Shut up, you stupid. I was trying to look too. And I actually was trying to look up, like, I know it was on CD, but I don't think Spotify was even in the US then. It was 2011. So niggas had the CD then. And I'm like, I heard it that many motherfucking times.
Mm-hmm. So, nah, nigga, LimeWire, nigga.
LimeWire,
yeah,
too.
LimeWire.
I actually rode to Best Buy and get that bitch. So.
But I was about to say, I heard it in somebody's car, so somebody had that whole CD, nigga.
And that was the Honda whipping.
But yes, that nigga Lorenzo was one of the first niggas with a car in our group. So, nigga, that was tight. Loco with the cake. Overtime, those are my two favorite on that one. And I just like both of them hoes on my Spotify. So I got them on there now because they got me that crunk. So
how you think it holds up today when you listen to it?
Like I said, for me, I mean, I can listen to it. Like if I'm about to go play or about to go work out, like you said, nigga, I could turn that shit on easy because it's all the way through. It's probably like 2 songs on there that you might want to skip if you're working out. But other than that, I literally did the other day, turned it on after listening to it in the first time. The next day I listened to it while I did my workout. So I was like,
so the first day you didn't work out.
The first day I worked out, but I did the beast mode I did the beast mode Spotify, and then the second day I said, well, nigga, this is all the way through. So shit, I just did that.
Facts. Yeah, man. I mean, I would share a lot of the same sentiments with that album. Love the album. I was a big Ace Hood fan at one point, and I remember I used to always compare like him and Meek Mill because Meek Mill was young in the game at that time, but they both had that up tempo, But Ace Hood was, kind of not the originator of that style, but he was one of the people really pushing that up tempo, just fast paced, hungry. Yep. He sounded like he was trying to get a rap deal. You know what I mean? And Ace Hood, man, with this album, I loved it, and I think that there was a lot of good tracks. When I went back and started listening to this, actually before we even decided to do this for the pod, I was listening to it, and it really did remind me how much you could work out to this album nonstop. But then it had a lot of hidden gems in there too, where like you just run through it, and like Drew said, you can run through this album with very few skips. I love the fact that I can remember all the lyrics to the songs, man.
Yep, exactly. Yes. As soon as it came on, I was like, nigga, wait.
Bro. Favorite track on there for me is that Champion with Ace Hood and Jasmine Sullivan featuring Rick Ross.
Okay. Yep.
I just that's like that. It's kind it's corny, but it's like that, that up tempo. motherfucking I'm a champion.
I fuck with that though.
Yep.
So I love the Ace Hood. Like you said, I think it still holds up pretty well. I mean, obviously there are certain songs and production styles in there that definitely tell the tale of that time. But like, if you're on a long drive, if you're working out, you're doing something that's active, this is an album that you will want to check out. If you missed this back then, you could still lock in. Ace Hood's still pumping out, good music. It just ain't getting a lot of attention right now.
Yeah.
I think, shit. I mean, I feel like the album sounds like rap today. I feel like he was ahead of his time. I don't think it was his best album. I'd probably name 2 or 3 better. But when he came out with this, I was like, oh, this nigga is next. He's going to blow. That nigga had album. He kept coming, and then I don't know what happened. But this album, my song was This Nigga Here. Unlike y'all, okay, I don't fucking work out. Okay, I don't work out. I don't give a nigga. I'm going. The only thing I'm running is my mouth into the fridge. That is
this nigga.
Oh, make no mistake. My workout talk was ideal.
And I literally just started working out.
That nigga shit was really from 2009.
14 days ago. Stupid. I literally just started working out.
That shit. I remember all that.
Fuck working out. Shit, I don't even think about working out. If I think about working out, bro, I know I'm sick.
Nigga tired.
No, this album was legit. I mean, it had a lot of features. You could kind of tell it's Ross inspired too on some songs. Ludacris, the OG, that was my shit. But I mean, it got replay value. I didn't really listen to it up until today, because Ace Hood kind of fucking fell off, just like I said, the map. So I don't even think about the nigga.
It's because I think it's because he started so hard. That's why.
I think it's because his rollie fell to pieces on the carpet.
I was gonna say that, and then
stupid.
Soulja Boy and Adrian Bronner didn't make that any better.
They were on his ass.
Roasted that nigga.
They were on Ace Hood's ass. The pieces on the red card. What was it? The BET Awards.
Oh,
that's the wrong award show for your shit to fall apart.
I know.
Like,
Grammys not even at a white award show. Like a white person, like, oh, let me help you out. Maybe
exactly.
No,
that's what they would say.
They wouldn't have made no thing of it. You
got your watch.
Your Rolex ticks. Mine doesn't tick, but here, that's must be
exactly. The BET, the wrong one, nigga. The wrong
one. Twitter went crazy.
Another thing I would mention, though, interesting point you brought up there was the features. So I think it's actually whose label was he on back then? That was that We the Best Music. That was very indicative of DJ Khaled, what he does, because obviously he's not a rapper. Yeah. He was getting his music out at that time. Basically, he was putting out his compilation albums through Ace Hood. And so Ace Hood was feature. All the artists that they were affiliated with, you got those samples on Ace Hood shit. But I feel you though.
Yeah, because on that Overtime one, he got Akon and T-Pain, nigga.
Like how many singers you need, bro?
Yeah, exactly. Like, god damn.
You on the overkill, man. Henny, man, what you thinking about? What you think about the Ace Hood shit, bro?
Yeah, same here. Shit, I fucked with it heavy. Of course, Born the OG. That's my shit. My nigga Luda in it. Another couple for me. Don't Get Caught Slipping.
Don't Get Caught Slipping.
The production on that was cold.
Exactly.
Nasty. This nigga here, Birdman, didn't fuck up the song. I was like, okay.
Good for that.
I said, what? When I went back, because I didn't remember the songs till they started playing. Like by the titles reading it, I can't
remember yet.
I ain't gonna lie.
When that beat came on though,
and I listened, I said Birdman. I was like,
I think he said, what is this?
I said, is he gonna ruin this? I was like, this is kind of clean. I was like, all right. So that threw me off. It got a little slow with his little songs. Nigga, The Dream used to go in back in the day.
Nigga, yes.
Everybody used to be on.
09, especially 10, 11.
So that shit threw me off listening to The Dream again. R.I.P. to that nigga because I don't know where he at now.
I hate you.
Yeah, that took me back. But About Me, that was another good one for me. Like, it's still a cold ass album. Like you said, you want to start your day and you want to wake the fuck up, you could definitely put that on, and then that nigga yelling will
Yes.
get you up.
Boy, yes.
Money in my pocket. And nigga just like, all right, shit.
That nigga yelled. Boy,
Boy,
that
start
nigga
running.
yelled.
I guess
Nigga yelled
the
the
out
whole
shit. Let me
album.
get up. Shit.
Get
That
your
nigga yelled the
motherfucking
whole-
lazy ass up, nigga. You like, damn.
It's
Go get some paper, lazy bitch.
It's gonna get you jumping. I'm telling y'all that now. Like, it's I'll still ride to that to the club. Like,
No,
Go get
boy.
some paper, you broke
Yes,
ass nigga.
like that Dash Chappelle.
boy, that's a ride to the club.
But
Nigga, that's a ride to the club for
Bar,
real. You
shout out
getting
to
that
Bar
load.
11.
You get ass. I think that's the
Yeah,
first club
man.
we all went to with, together. Me, you, and
hey, people
Kendrick
wasn't
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo. Yet, man.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I know, I forgot.
Set it
God
down.
damn.
Yeah,
I
Bar
forgot.
11. I remember one of them days.
Nah.
That was when me and Ken. I think you had just turned 21, and me and Ken were probably like underage. And if you were underage and you
That
went
nigga
in, they
said
had
probably.
they probably
Why he say that?
right. They remember they used to get your ID and they would put it in a plastic. And one day we
Yep.
drove off.
I forgot that hoe.
And then hit the U-turn off the highway, probably going 100 back to get them IDs. Bro,
Oh,
that's some
man.
ghetto IDs in a plastic pouch.
That shit
That
was so
shit
childish, bro.
Boy, yes.
The things we used to do to get in the club, man.
And even back then, nigga, I wasn't buying no drinks at the bar.
That was for local.
Yep, we was on that
Ooh.
hoe strong,
That's
nigga.
why I have GERD right now. Shit.
Nigga, we all might got it. Shit, the way we was
My
hitting them
whole
hoes.
esophagus. Yeah. But hey, man, thanks to bring back some really, really, really good memories, man. You know, not to be forgotten. I may go back, you know, try to see what he's currently got because I know he's dropped some shit. Hey, Sud, man, shout out to you, boy. That was definitely a time to be alive.
Don't go listen to that last album, though. I'm not gonna let you do that.
But I'll go back and listen to some more
dope?
Starvation.
Nah, don't. Yeah, go to. It's like 5 Starvations, so you got plenty of there.
Starvations and shit like
But
that.
that last shit he did,
Mm.
you didn't miss out on that. I ain't gonna lie.
Moving to the next topic, though, man. We go to our quick little current event that we try to mix in here. Pretty big one. Don't know how serious to take it, but for the time being, we will assume it's super, super legit. We got Kanye West, man. Yeezy announced his candidacy for president 2020. So 2020 has been a wild ass year already. But most of you who follow the culture, man, know back in, what was it, like 2015, 2016 at the MTV Awards, Kanye had announced he was going to run for president in 2020. And of course, you know, he's been through the mental hospital and shit like that since then. So, you know, we took that with a grain of salt. Me and Damo ran up on him at the goddamn concert, man. One of the best concerts I've ever fucked with.
Thank you, sir. And if people didn't know, I've only been to one concert, and that is the only concert, thanks to Lorenzo, which is hilarious. And it was
short notice,
one of the best. Yep, short notice. That nigga said,
that nigga said one of the best. No, nigga, one of one, nigga. For you.
I know. One of the best. You know what?
Oh,
It was the best concert I ever.
But if you had to choose who to go to, Kanye would be. If they say, "Hey, one concert, nigga," I think.
But
that
why
would
did
be
they
like
make
one
it?
of the
How
top.
you gonna compare it saying it's the best? nigga?
Well, you knew I was gonna say that.
They made it.
I'm just gonna say whatever I did is.
I will agree with them. To go to that concert, you can't go to no other concerts after because this nigga had the floating stage on that one.
Nigga.
So we paid super cheap because we went last minute and we were on row like 13 or 12.
Yep.
And he had the floating stage that's floating over the whole arena and floating over all the people below. But that's a whole nother topic.
And Kim Kardashian was there.
Yeah, she was there. And Lance Armstrong. But don't get me started.
Yeah, that's another subject.
Kanye running for president, man. What do we think about this, man? If he's, you know, decides to pull the money together, the funds together, because we know it's expensive, would you consider voting for him? Kennawayne, man, start us off, brother.
So I pissed a lot of people off with my Facebook status the other day because I'm voting for this nigga. Listen, I'm going to tell you why I'm voting for Kanye West.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I already saw the reason.
I was about to say, we read the comments.
First off, I know Donald Trump and Joe Biden, whatever, them niggas don't give a fuck about black
Joe
people.
Budden. Joe Budden in this whole.
They don't give a fuck about black people. I don't care what y'all say. At least Kanye, he at least kind of care about black people. I don't know how far he got away, but I know at least he black than a motherfucker. He can't change that. Well, I mean, Michael Jackson did, but that's another subject. Y'all talking, everybody's like, oh, Donald Trump's a businessman. He started out. I was like, this nigga Kanye started broke as fuck in Chicago, and he's a billionaire. All right.
Which is a great
we haven't even verified. We haven't seen Trump's tax returns yet. So.
Okay, right? Okay. Then
True.
Trump already got a porn star wife. Kim Kardashian, same shit. She's actually prettier. Man. Boom. Okay, that's out.
Same shit.
All right. That's gonna be a wild ass house. First off, bro. If I'm gonna have a nigga saying wild shit, I want to see the whole wild shit. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga want to see all of it.
Second off, the nigga got Adidas and Yeezys. Y'all know how it is. 3 stripes.
The 3-stripe Jesus.
I got like 30 of these motherfuckers back here. Boom. Voting for that nigga. And tax purposes. Because I make a good amount. So I'm tired of paying fucking taxes. And ain't nobody
are you on that level?
Yet. Maybe this nigga will help me out. But as of right now, Kanye 2020, that's my nigga. Fuck it, I'm out.
Like they said with Trump, I want to see the tax returns, but nah. let me say this. You made some super good points, especially about the first lady shit. I saw a lot of that rolling around on Twitter, like, oh, if Kim's the first, like, bro, I can Google the president's wife. I can Google Melania's titties right now. I can Google her titties. Like, let's not play semantics. You know, Playboy spread. So what I would say is this: I don't really vote like that because I'm not going to get into the specifics, but I don't have a lot of faith in the system. Democrats represent a lot of big business shit and don't really have a lot of our interests at heart. And Republicans, a lot of times, same shit. You know, we're a corporate nation. You know, we're run as a corporation. That's how it is. What I keep encouraging people, and I even had a conversation with my grandma today. I said, you know, Black people got to stop just giving their votes to whoever. We need to give our votes to candidates who are outspoken and talk about things that we will stand to gain and benefit, as far as, you know, not necessarily like reparations, but, you know, hey, I'm going to do this to do this in Black communities. I'm going to make sure we increase the resources and learning and education in Black communities and try to bring people out of poverty, because we all know, like, we all grew up hood and all types of wild shit at certain points. Niggas were in some level of poverty and below the what you should be earning your parents.
Nigga, we were extreme. We were all
I'm trying to keep it out of that. My mother never owned a car, you know, in my whole life. But at the same time, there are things that we all learned at growing up. Dominic, you moving away, us just growing up and being around different people, and you start to go, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Not because you're dumb, but you didn't have the resource to it.
Exactly. Yep. And for sure, being in Denver, that showed me that off the bat. I got here and I was like, what's this and what's that? I'm learning stuff I've never had contact with at all. And not just saying it's just because it's white people, but I mean, that's the majority, but it's just like we're in a different atmosphere. Yeah.
They get the resources, dude.
Yeah. And their parents know this and their parents know that because they didn't have us or them when they were in a struggle. When you're already in a struggle and you have a kid, you can't think about all that extra stuff. Yeah. When you have it and you already got some stuff, it's easier to maneuver it and give your child that knowledge.
Has been passed down by generations. It's different. And like, it's like those big lies that people tell you, like when you're growing up, like, oh, that's white people shit. Like anything fun is white people shit. Like, oh, can't go snowboarding. That's white people shit. Like, nigga, why can't I have fun? Fun should not be reserved for a special skin color. So what I would say,
I would say, we 400 years behind,
right?
You stupid.
I'll say this: I want to see what Kanye has to say. If he talks some good shit, you never know, man. You might get me down to a voting booth. I doubt it, but I would be interested to see what he has to say.
You might get me down.
People, he's not going to be worse than Joe Biden. Joe Biden can't remember his goddamn fucking wife's name. You know what I mean? So, and Trump's Trump. So I would just say.
Here's another point. Here's another point. Kanye has the best chance of an independent winning. If he can win as an independent, I think that's how he's going to run. Then it kind of knocks that whole you have to vote two-party system that we're all stuck in. And it gives all these other people that may be qualified more than Kanye or whatever it is a chance to actually win. Because right now, everybody's like, oh, if you vote for Kanye, it's a vote for Trump. No, it's a fucking vote for Kanye. It's if you vote for Biden, it's not a vote against Trump. Like, you're voting for who you think. Like, I hate that stupid shit. I'm not even political. Like, I wasn't gonna vote before Kanye. All he can do is fuck it up now. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
devil's advocate on that. I will say the scarier thing is this. So, like, I would say that the majority of people who would probably vote for Kanye are youth, right? Like it or not, we always make jokes about, like, you know, we old and shit like that. We're all young.
yeah.
And then there's people younger than us, you know, 18 is the
Which
voting
is
age.
crazy.
So, you know, there's 18-year-olds out there that are Kanye stans that would vote for him and show up at the booth.
Yeah.
But I always like to say, who would those people normally vote for, right? You would have to think that most of the people that would vote for Kanye are probably people who would normally vote Democrat. And so that's the only thing that gives me some pause, because then it's like, okay, you could take some votes away from, you know, Biden. At the same time, I still believe what Curtis said. You vote for the candidate that you like and that gives you the best opportunities. I also want to see what he does. You know, he's ramping up the Yeezy production. I think he presents a lot of job opportunities here in America, and, you know, where he's building the shit out in Wyoming, and might bring some job opportunities domestically for people to slave away here on our own soil to build his Yeezy clothing and shit.
To be honest though, 18-year-olds, they're voting whatever their parents for the most part. If you think about it, when you were 18, your first vote, it was heavily relied on your elders. And until you get to about mid-20s, that's when you kind of, like we said, you go out, you have the life experiences. Because I grew up on the east side of San Antonio, across from Wheatley Courts. And then I moved to the northeast side, which changed a little bit. But it wasn't until I moved to West Texas where, like, guns weren't bad. They were going out hunting, killing hogs and shit.
Yeah,
and I'm
sure.
like, okay, well, guns ain't bad. So that changed my perception of just one topic right there. So, I mean,
I think there's a lot. I think there's, for Black people, I think that's true. But I think for a lot of these 18-year-old white girls and guys, their opinions are different. Like, a lot of them are like pro Donald Trump, like their parents are. They're different. They're like actually looking at stuff. Just a few of them from what I've seen on the internet. Just from what I've seen on the internet. That's it.
Twitter.
Yeah, and like, I think that's also a big difference between when we grew up, because we weren't influenced on the internet.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people see that. A lot of people see the way their parents are, and then they're like, "I don't fuck with that," because, like, I've even seen where people's parents, we've all seen this, not just me. People's parents be racist as fuck, or not even racist as fuck, but just kind of like, oh, that Black
racist as fuck.
Yeah, but then they don't realize it, but it actually makes their kid grow up like, I don't want to be nothing like them. Like,
because it's like
Dominique.
They're not like, it's like there's a Mexican kid, or there's that Black kid, or Asian kid. My parent talk your shit, but that's not who they are. Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but we're also in a different age.
I think when everybody over like 55, 60 starts to die, like all those weirdos and shit like that, I think, and it sounds terrible, but I think we'll have a better world, because a lot of the people that still run our country, run a lot of things.
Bro, that nigga said 50.
No, for real. They're holding us back.
But this is true, though.
They're holding us back from progress, because that
nigga said
like
55.
The good old days.
I like that. I like that age. Yeah, I
would
say 50. Because what?
Nah, nigga, your parents 50, nigga.
That's what I was saying.
That's why I said. That's why.
No, because our parents are good. But if I go to another
55, nigga.
That's why I said 55, 60. Because
that nigga tried to off them right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying our parents are. I'm saying our parents are good.
I'm a little bit older than y'all niggas, so.
I was like, our parents are good, but other people's parents that are my age are not good. So I was assuming 50.
I was like, I'm 30.
It's the same shit. 50, 55. Yeah, 55 for sure.
Well, I'm saying this. Most of the people that you see with, you know, pro-Trump in their front yard and shit like that, and bumper stickers, they're all old fucks. You know what I mean? That one, I want my country to be. That's why that "Make America Great Again." It was supposed to call out to a certain people where they go, man, I remember the days where the niggas stayed in their place, and you know, the world was a certain way. That's what that call out. It's a dog whistle to those people where it goes, okay, he wants. Because what the fuck else? What else are you calling back to? Because we've made progress. Like, you want it to be pre-civil rights, but whatever. You know, whatever. I had a homie one day who was like, man, and he wasn't even being funny because he's not racist. He was like talking about just how like people were like modest, and he's super, super white. But he was like, you know, he's like, I mean, some of the things with just how people act, he's like, you wish you could just go back to the 50s. And I looked at him and he was like, oh shit. He's like, whoa. He's like, no. He's like, hold on, I did not mean like, and I was like, no. I get it.
That
but like,
nigga said back to the 50s.
That's some shit that as a Black American, you instantly think, well, like, nigga, I couldn't vote in the 50s.
Negative. Instant.
I would not be
50s?
here in the 50s. I would not exist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and everything that you heard about the 50s, you're like negative.
Yeah, like vote. Fuck
Negative.
that. Did anybody have anything to add to that? I know I was talking my ass off.
Oh, so would I vote? I legally can't answer that, so it's quick for me. There we go. Next.
This nigga.
We put an X on him in the corner down there.
I hate this nigga.
X him out. Damo, would you consider voting for him?
Nah. What I was gonna say though is this nigga's talking about he got rid of the MAGA hat.
Who
If
said
this
that?
nigga
Wait, who said
just
that?
Kanye just gonna say that. He got rid of the MAGA hat. He
I'm
done
late.
with it. So, boy, if this nigga finesse us one more time, I'm gonna have to pull up with that nigga. If this nigga get elected and just pull on a MAGA hat right after, nigga, I'm done. That shit, I'm gonna be done. That's all I gotta say on Kanye though.
That's trust issues right there.
He's
I mean,
too
would you
wild
consider-
though. You can't trust him.
I mean, I consider all candidates, so it's like I
Nah,
gotta
nigga,
look
answer
and
the
see what's
question,
up.
nigga.
I know.
He didn't try to act like he was on.
Goddamn question. We didn't ask all candidates.
Oh,
Lives Matter ass nigga over here.
Options.
But I was trying to give up a
Hey, Marissa, you just asked him, do Black Lives Matter? Well, all lives matter.
Stop. Yeah, see? I knew that was gonna happen. Niggas trying to put me
Put
in
his
a
ass
box,
to the
goddamn
fire.
it. Yeah, that nigga said, what you I said,
Continue, dude.
That nigga said it's nor here nor there.
I said, nor here nor there. I would have to see what each candidate had to offer. I mean, I would literally have to look at it because, I mean, obviously I like Kanye as a musician, but that should not influence me as him as a politician.
Right.
So,
Nah,
Exactly.
nigga, let it influence you like
That's
Trump
right.
influence, nigga.
I do
no,
think
because that
his-
Trump shit was wild.
Feel that influence, nigga.
I thought the whole Trump thing was a joke. When that nigga
It
went for
was.
president, I was like, oh, there's no way that nigga is getting
That was
this.
what somebody said.
It was.
They're like, there's no
This
way
nigga went
Kanye's gonna
bankrupt.
win. I said, y'all niggas said that 4 years ago with Trump.
He
I
was trying to
literally
get
said
his.
that
now.
about Trump. I said,
Nigga,
nigga, there's
12
no
12
way.
years ago with Obama.
All Trump was trying to do was get his like profile up for his reality shit to be able to leverage
Mhm.
that to his advantage. And then nigga
Yep.
said, "Oh shit."
That's
I'm
exactly what I
actually
thought.
winning.
I said, oh, this nigga just trying to get some clout for his
Exactly.
shit.
So we'll have to look
And-
into it. I
and nigga-
personally think he's running a very conservative campaign. Like I've heard him say stuff about abortion already, and like we already know the youth are pretty much
You
more
speaking
so
about
with,
Kanye?
yeah, we know the
Okay.
youth are more like pro-life or pro-choice. I mean, the youth are more pro-choice, and he's talking like out of Christianity and like his super like firm beliefs. I'm like, I don't know if Kanye believes anything really, but he's talking like pro-life, and like you have to be careful with your demographic because that's gonna turn a lot of people away right away.
Boy, I was just about to say another thing on that. That nigga was at Joel Osteen's church, was talking like some real nigga shit.
You know I watched that, hoe.
Niggas got
No, I watched
quiet
it.
when that nigga finished for a whole 2-3 seconds. The whole crowd didn't say shit. Like he folded
Yeah.
all the niggas up. I said, come on, man.
I'm ready to see. I would at least like
Them
to see.
niggas was just like,
I'm for
No,
anything
I watched
fucking up the
that
institution.
episode.
I want to see.
that
him
ain't say
fuck-
episode.
What?
Niggas church,
Oh.
nigga.
Oh, because it was on
Church,
YouTube.
nigga.
Because it was on YouTube. I
A
hate
never-ending episode.
I be watching
Hey.
episode after episode. That's why.
Moving on, man. We'll just quickly graze over
Alright,
these
shut up,
3
kid.
albums.
I ain't say shit.
I see your head nodded. That nigga said,
nigga.
nah, nigga. That nigga said, this nigga watching episodes.
We're gonna graze over these 3 albums. Just make it pretty quick since we, really
yeah.
wanted to touch on the Kanye stuff. We had 3 pretty big drops this week. As we had Gucci Mane, Westside Gunn, and Posthumous. Posthumous. Boy,
Ooh.
Pop Smoke's Posthumous album. So let's go ahead. Let's start it off with Gucci. He went ahead and released Gucci Mane Presents So Icy Summer, kind of a compilation of sorts. You did see a lot of his label talent that was on there, kind of some unknown artists. Let's go ahead, start it off with my boy Henny, man. What did you think about the Gucci So Icy Summer?
I guess I deleted that hoe. That hoe wasn't ice. No, I'm playing. I actually did fuck with it. I mean, I didn't expect too much from it, seeing how he had like trying to bring up his younger like talent and shit in the 10-17. It wasn't like this came back with OJ the Juice Man and Waka Flocka and shit like that. Like,
well, you knew that wasn't gonna happen.
Well, we know about Flocka first. That's another
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool though. Like, I didn't expect too much from it. I just ain't fuck with the fucking females in it. Like, that's when they songs was just, it was trash. I ain't even gonna sugarcoat it. They songs was trash. I couldn't fuck with it. No vibe to it at all. But the Young Nutty 21 song, that whole almost made my playlist. I fuck with that.
Which one?
Heavy. It got 21 and Young Nutty. Let me find that album. Let me see if I really did delete it or not. Though. That's childish. And I swear I just listened to that bitch. Oh, here we go. That shit got a weird ass cover. That's what it is.
And 5 minutes later.
Yep.
Right?
That song Nasty. That's what it is.
Of
course, that would be the song for me, but I fuck with it. I'd give it a 7 though.
Okay. Mr. Gucci Gooch himself is on the pod today. That boy D.Drew, man.
Boy. We should have never put that nigga on the Burford 3, bro.
That boy was Mr. Gucci.
What is this nigga doing down there?
I told you.
What'd you think of that So Icy Summer, bro?
So, like, ever since Gucci came out of jail, it's obviously been like a little bit different vibe.
Okay.
It's still good though, but like, I literally went all the way back down to 2001 when he started to see how it changed, and it changed a little bit. But I like this album though, and then unlike Henny, I thought the females on here was decent. So,
not good, correct?
Well, this is my first time hearing them, so chill. But if I could,
probably the last.
But if I could, I would like to read to you from Gucci Mane, So Icy. So Icy, Main Slime, verse 6 and 7. You get treated like a sheep if you can't fit in with the wolves. Glock 23 came from Chicago, didn't play for the Bulls. I'm in LA. You're going to chill with Kobe if we get into it. I said, nigga.
Yeah, he wild.
Is that what we're doing?
And
that was Pooh Shiesty that said that.
Pooh Shiesty out here, baby.
I said, this nigga wildin'. I didn't know we was doing Kobe already.
Like,
so,
what song was that, sir?
Main Slime remix, sir. Verse 6.
That was at Bounds.
40 audience.
Verse 6, 7, book of Gucci Mane, So Icy Summer. Okay.
No, I definitely heard that verse.
And I was just, I know you did, because you straight Kobe. I'm straight Kobe too, but what was it? And I had to look up too, because we all know Gucci Mane made tons of music. This nigga has 14 albums and 74 mixtapes, nigga.
That's light.
I said, nigga.
Why'd you count all them? God.
I didn't count. I didn't count, nigga. I just pressed.
This nigga
I just looked it up.
74 divided.
It's 74 because it's hard, because if you listen to the wrong Gucci, you ain't gonna like Gucci Mane. You have to listen to the right Gucci. And
ain't no wrong Gucci, nigga.
It's just a lot. It ain't no wrong. It's just a lot of Gucci. So, I mean, for me, I gave this album an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
So, because there's 24 songs and I probably like 18 or 19 of them. But then, like the usual, you only go and grab like 2 or 3 and put on your Spotify. So,
fact. So you said an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, 8 out of 10.
Okay, that's fair enough. Let's go ahead and, well, the only other person that can speak besides me that's still left.
I was
Kennawayne,
like, it's
man.
either me or that nigga.
Man.
I fucked with it, man. Little Baby was sprinkled all the way in this motherfucking album.
Nigga, he was. Yep.
I was like, God damn. I actually really did fuck with the female ones. Not hard, but I mean they weren't bad. So I'm kind of in between both of y'all niggas. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I think it's one of his better ones. He's kind of getting back to the Gucci, the street Gucci that we're used to.
Yep.
He's still mature, but yeah, Pooh Shiesty, you could tell this nigga was trying to elevate this nigga on the album, especially because the first video I think he dropped from this album was with Pooh Shiesty. I was on YouTube watching that shit. I was like, hell yeah. But 7 out of 10. Wasn't bad. I'll go back.
7 out of 10. Okay. I'll make it quick, man. I'll make it quick. Shout out to I don't know if y'all knew this, but K Shade, whatever the hell her name is on there, Kiera Shade. That she's from San Antonio, man. She's from San Antonio, and she's all over the album. So she, he signed her, I think, last year. So I mean, shout out to her. I always got to support that. I know she's on at least a couple songs featured. The album was cool for me, man. I like anything you're trying to get your label on. It wasn't the typical Gucci album, whereas you're having the big heavyweight features. I tend to gravitate towards those more. I don't find myself listening to a ton of Gucci these days because it is a little different now. I mean, he puts out so much shit. I'm gonna miss a release or two here and there. He does Christmas albums, July 4th album, Easter album.
Halloween.
East Atlanta.
Nigga did a chorus album. He does.
Hey, that Christmas album I fucked with. I was jamming
it was live.
And so, I mean, it was cool to me. I'd give this album a 5 out of 10. It was just kind of a big cool to me.
That was the lowest grade. It was cool to me, but that was a 5 out of 10.
That nigga said it's cool and put a 5.
It was cool. I mean, I think it was just an album that you're pulling songs. It was a playlist, basically. And I think half the songs were good and half were bad. I did like both sides with Lil Baby. I fucked with Lil Baby. So I did fuck with that. That actually came on by accident. I was listening to something else and Spotify went to the radio shit and played that. And I was like, bet. So I fucked with that. Outside of that though, man, it was just, the album was cool. A little above mid for me, but he
is trying to put everybody on his 1017 on.
Boy, in the videos, everybody had 1017 shirts in each and every video.
Yeah, because he said, I was looking
even
at
2021 was in videos for no reason with them hoes on. I was like, okay, that nigga ripping Atlanta for real.
We got our second album of the day. We had the Westside Gunn, Fly God is an Awesome God 2. So with that, Westside Gunn in the last 8 months has been super, super active as part of the Griselda family, man. I want to say he's dropped about 3 albums over the last 8 to 9 months, which is just crazy output. He was just coming off some pretty good momentum with Pray for Paris, which was a 2020 album, and people were still jamming that heavy in the rotation. New York cat, upstate. I fuck with Griselda heavy, so I'll start this one out, man. I definitely fuck with the album. I don't think it's his best album to date. It is cool. The flows, the bars, the features were good. Definitely a lot of East Coast repping on there. I think it fell a little bit short of Pray for Paris, but I think it was still a really, really solid album. I would give this a 7 out of 10. I fuck with the boy, the Fly God, man. Once you get used to that sound, I feel like, you really, really, really hear the bars. And he did a good job of, putting all his Griselda brothers in there, as you always get, features from Benny and everybody else out of the Griselda crew, though, man. Kennawayne, man, what'd you think about that Fly God too?
Man, this shit not my flavor, bro. I be trying. I know he's good. I just don't fuck with it. The only song on the album I liked was Lil C's. That's it. I listened to it 6 times. I'm like, he can spit. This just not my shit. So I'm not even gonna front. I gave it a 4. How many foreheads Drew wish he had out of 10.
I was waiting on that.
I was waiting on
but
the
I really can't. I want to like it, but I have no affiliation with that, like no vibe. Like I can't. Like
Now,
Nigga,
I want to
not gonna
remind
replay
everybody,
it.
everybody's gonna kill this album, and these niggas gave a compilation album 7s and 8s. That's all I want to reiterate. Niggas
okay,
gave
but I gave a
compilation,
reason why.
You don't know.
trash
You don't know my rating.
motherfucking. I can already look at you two niggas on the
Hold on.
bottom. I can tell. I can look at the niggas on the bottom.
Listen, no, I've
Niggas
said in the
gave-
past, I don't fuck with Griselda because I don't vibe with the niggas. Like, it doesn't matter. There's 3 of the niggas. I know they can rap.
I just had to
won't
speak up for
ever
Fly
listen to
Guy.
these niggas.
I ain't mad at the rating because we all let it rock however it is. But I had to put some conjecture in there just because I felt like we're not being. I felt like you weren't being fair to Fly Guy. But I'm gonna let it rock. I'm gonna let everybody.
Listen, I'll tell you this. The reason he
I have
got
an
a 4
R
is
in
because
there.
he's talented. Because literally, the nigga should have got a 1.
Nigga, yes.
How should he have gotten a 1?
Because I don't fuck with it.
But what does that mean for the album? I'm trying to understand.
Because there's gonna be niggas out there like me that just turn that shit on, turn that shit off.
But if a nigga has bars, a nigga has some swag, I'm trying to understand for myself, really. I would say for the people, why the album I don't know. I'm confused.
So I
right
gave
now
it a
'cause
4
Gucci's
because the
album-
nigga's talented. He should have got a 1.
Why?
I
But
don't
you
fuck
can't say
with
he
it.
should have got a 1. You can't say
That nigga
he
said
shoulda
based.
got a 1.
That nigga said based on past experience, I'm gonna give him a 4.
You can't say he
But
should have got a 1. How should he? I'm trying to figure out how he should have got a 1.
Okay, so like, I know the nigga has talent. And I know there's somebody that's gonna like it. So I gave him a 4. Whereas I don't
That
fuck with
nigga
the
hate
album.
that hoe.
So I would have
This
gave it
gives
a
me the
1.
same sentence again. I'm
You
gonna
know how
let
niggas is.
I gotta move on to the two of
You
these
know how
niggas.
niggas is.
I gotta move on because you had me indicting other niggas based on your bullshit. Henny, man, I'm gonna let D.Drew go last. Henny, talk to us about this Fly God too.
So I gave that hoe a 0. Nah. That nigga's have to start flipping shit.
I know he was gonna fuck with me. I said this nigga.
I was like, he ain't G-Eazy level, nigga.
Boy, that shit was awful. Oh,
Nah, nigga, I gave him a 1. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but with the Westside, I did actually fuck with the album. Anything that had, ooh, shit, got the little hiccup. Anything that had my boy Steve in that hole, Steve got cooks.
Boy, why he act like you know Steve Cooks?
Hey, I know my boy Steve, boy. The interludes on that hole, that hole was fire on that album.
The what? The what ludes?
You heard what I said, nigga. He thought I was about to say it again.
He said, no what, Ludes?
Delete nudes, nigga. Delete nudes.
The Revenge of D.Drew.
It's getting real dark in here right now. Everybody is being extra black.
The Club Entreludes, nigga.
But shit, my songs on this was that Jose Canseco.
Hey.
Fuck the Police. That Lil C's did go hard too. I fuck with the fucking Bubba Check. Fuck with that hoe. I can say anything with my nigga Steve on that hoe. That hoe was hidden. Not Steve Wilkos, not Stone Cold Steve Austin. Nigga, Steve got cooks, nigga. But yeah, overall, I give that shit an 8 out of 10. But it was funny as fuck. I'm gonna bring it up since I got Cowboy shit in the background. How Michael Irvin got away with that
Nigga,
cocaine
shut
shit.
up.
And then somebody played for the Dallas Cowboys.
Shut up.
Hey, that was a dope ass. That was a dope ass.
I'll give him that. Yeah, when I heard it, I was like, damn.
I was doing something. I said, oh, why he had to bring that back?
Like, damn.
Nigga, that's what I said. I said,
I
why
was
you
wondering
doing
why that
that?
shit was called Michael Irvin when he was.
I said, why you gotta do
I was
that?
like, he killing this. I don't hear Michael Irvin. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
I was like, the next track better not be Ray Lewis. It better not be Ray Lewis.
And
Chill.
don't forget, a lot of people don't know all that about Michael Irvin. You know, y'all grew up in Dallas Fort
Mhm.
Worth. We all grew up, affiliated with Cowboys. But a lot of people who just see
Don't know. Yeah.
At
Oh
all,
boy.
Cocaine.
They just like, what? Yeah. They're like cocaine in a hotel with
Paraphernalia.
females. Yeah, nigga.
Yeah, that was a wild boy,
That
man.
nigga was about to face 30, nigga.
Ooh,
Woo.
but old Jerry went down to the
Was in there-
jailhouse.
That boy was in there next season talking about.
Hey, now Michael, I'm gonna need you to catch about
Oh,
10 touchdowns next season. All right, now I'm gonna get you out of this one.
I'm gonna get you out of this one.
You're lucky I own this, Joe.
Right? I know these fellas. D.Drew, man. What'd you think of that Fly Guy too? I'm looking at you, nigga.
I know. I was with Kennawayne on this. It
I
was
knew
only one.
When I said
song
y'all,
that
I was really looking at Redhead ass.
And it was the Little C's with what's her name on there? Armani Caesar. She went off on that hoe at the end of it.
Yeah.
I was trying to listen. It was so old school. I said I don't think it was bad. I just think it has to be your type of
that nigga said, I hate the 90s.
I think it has to be your type of listen, because I was like, oh man, like he did have some bars, but because nigga, I was like listening to it and I said, maybe I fucked up. Let me give it another, and I was listening.
That boy lying. That boy got 10's on his feet right now.
Yeah. Boy, shut your dumb ass up. And then I'm stupid too.
I'm living out here in Denver.
And then I'm dumb at first too, because I was expecting something totally different, and I had to look at this shit. When he was like Westside Gunn, I was like, oh, I know that nigga. Who I thought it was Condom Machine, his brother, nigga. I thought that's who it was. Yeah.
And I thought it was that Machine Gun Kelly, not Westside.
Boy, I hate you, nigga. No, I thought it was that nigga.
I thought it was Kelly Price, nigga.
Any other nigga except for him.
So you do fuck with Griselda though? You fuck with like Conway or like Benny the Butcher or any of them?
Yeah, just a little bit, but not
a song
like
you would
super.
Like. Ask Kendrick. You would like that? What is it? Rockets versus Lakers. Lakers versus Rock. I always get the order mixed up with Sauce Walker.
I always say the same.
Oh, okay.
Go listen to that, and I think you'll be like, because to hear his
style. That's with Westside Gunn or with his brother.
Dog. Westside Gunn and Sauce Walker.
And Sauce.
Rockets versus Lakers.
Because I saw his brother on Sway in the Morning. That's how I know about Conway the Machine. Because I saw that nigga on Sway in the Morning.
And he always freestyling with that twisted out mouth.
Boy, yes. I was like, okay.
So
I put the body back. I'd be like, this nigga be going
I was like, man, okay. But
all right, numbers, man.
Man, I feel bad.
Nah, don't feel bad. I'm gonna press yo motherfucking nah. Nah, I'm not gonna press you.
I'm gonna be with Kennawayne on this a 4, because the amount of tracks I liked on there was like this nigga Kendrick the other said the other day, if you play spades, one in a possible.
Kendrick the other said.
But no, I said like Kendrick said in one of these episodes, if you play a spades, nigga, I only like one in a possible on this album, so.
So
it was 2 in the possible. I guess somebody.
I know, but nigga,
I gave somebody 2 in the possible.
Well, nigga, I'm giving 1 in the possible.
Okay. Well, after the 2 4s, I'm actually bumping my 7 up to a 7.5. A 7.5 is what I would go.
Damn, I'm just kidding.
We could just regress
my 8 to 8 and
right? So we got 7.
We gonna reach 0, and you gonna be at 10, nigga.
We got 7.5, 8, 4, and 4. So that shows the album's definitely for some. And if it's your style, you might really fuck with it. If it's not, you might say some bullshit, and a nigga might.
I will say go check it out. It's a dope ass album. It's not for me.
Fact.
Yeah, for sure. You have to. Everybody has their own little.
That was like last week. I'm not light skinned. So.
But hey, those of y'all who don't know, check out that Lakers versus Rockets. If it's not for you, you'll get a little bit of that sauce. That
hell ain't for you. Something wrong with you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Drew, check that out after this show, man, because you'll be like, okay, I get it a little bit more.
No, for sure I will.
Against the South, but I get it by himself. It's kind of like it could be either or.
A little bit different.
Then we have our last album of the day, which will bring up a really interesting topic for us immediately after. We'll keep this pretty short, man. We had super long title. I had to bring this up. We had that Pop Smoke Posthumous album, man. Shoot for the Stars. Aim for the
room.
I hate this nigga.
This album was the first obviously released since Pop Smoke's untimely demise, man, back in February. Laced with 19 tracks, and then we are expecting a deluxe to be released at some point. We know there's a little controversy with the Pusha T Drake shit coming off of going into the deluxe. Let's just give some thoughts just on the album, on the actual body of work. Obviously he's passed, and you kind of hate to review some of these albums that once they've passed, but let's just get right to it, man. Drew, let's start with you since you finished up the last one.
Gotcha.
What'd you think of the Pop Smoke album, bro?
I actually liked the album. I got mixed up at first because I thought we were reviewing his album right before this, which I did not like.
How you thought that?
I'm dumb. I'm late because y'all niggas know I'm late on everything.
So we do the newest albums every week. And you
I know, but I didn't. But I'm
shit came out way back.
y'all niggas know I'm late. So I heard the other little whatever it was, and I was like, man, that whole kind of whack. And then I looked.
Late and slow.
Oh well, shit, nigga. Maybe I'm both. Fuck, goddamn. I had to ask this nigga Kendrick. I said, hey, which one is it? Is it this one? And he was like, yeah.
I just want to double check.
In your defense, they are both 2020, so I get you.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, but I actually did like this one. This nigga had, I think, 11 features. Quavo, the Baby, Sway Lee, Future, Little Baby, 50 Cent,
Quavo
Roddy
3
Ricch,
times.
Tiger, Little TJ, and two other niggas who I don't know, and two other niggas I didn't know. I was like, nigga.
Baby.
I said, how many features you gonna have? So I think 50 Cent did a good job of executive producing this. That's what they said. And I gave it a 8 out of 10. I like it. I like the intro. Bad Bitch from Tokyo.
Nigga. No.
Bad Bitch from Tokyo, Aim for the Moon. And then For the Night, obviously. I like those 3. I mean, I like the rest of them too, but I mean, it's funny. And then I just seen today that nigga Casanova was like, hey, if I die 50, nigga, you do my shit. Cause you did Pop Smoke.
Nigga, don't speak it into existence, nigga. And 50's not doing your album.
Exactly, but he told that nigga that. And then it's funny for people who don't
Casanova stinks, so they were
damn, that nigga rep that nigga. And then for people
hit him with that SpongeBob. Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
And for people who don't know, when they listen to him, that nigga Pop Smoke actually has a producer that's from London. So that's why all his beats sound like UK drill beats. 808 Mellow Beats, I think is his name. And so he gets a lot of respect in the UK because I watch a lot of UK reaction videos and they be reviewing
it's hard to
shit.
get on the US.
Nigga, yes. And so, I mean, I started listening to this nigga maybe last year, and I just start watching just YouTube videos and all that shit.
The party.
Nigga, yes, that's the first one because I was like, no, I'm not gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna listen to it because everybody was talking about it. Then I listened to it. Then I went to Dior.
Ain't that some
went
nigga
to
shit?
War. Then I went to Shake the Room, and then I went to that nigga had a fire in a booth, which is over there in the UK too. And I was like, I started liking them.
Then my headphones fell out while I was in Denver. And somebody said, "What is that jiggly music you're listening to?"
Right? Luckily, I was in the comfort of my own home watching all that stuff. So yeah, I started listening to it, and I literally just started getting on him, and then he passed. So it got me a little bit because I was like, nigga, I'm watching this nigga.
Good, man. And you said 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Fact. Henny, man, what'd you think about the goddamn
Boy, shake the room.
I hate this nigga, kid. I
hate it. Clap for a nigga. Nah.
I can't with this nigga.
Nah, but for real, that last time was ass. But this one I actually did fuck with on the real. I just have to be childish. I fuck with that song with Quavo though. Like that shit, the video to that was hard. I fuck with the song. But anyways, Lil Baby finding his way on everybody's album.
Nigga, on everybody's. I can't find nothing without this nigga.
That Lil Wayne comparison not sounding too far off now. Like when Lil Wayne had his little stretch, that nigga's trying to. He still opening up. He opening up the stride. Is all I'm saying.
Opening, but he still got some ways to go though.
Hey, he hit that curve on the 200 right now. He hit that curve on the 200.
He's doing what Gunn was doing for a while, where Gunn was on every single album that came out. Now Lil Baby's that dude.
That nigga almost there.
Yeah.
He on the 200. I'm gonna say he got 200 more.
Yeah, but the difference is Lil Baby, like he got his own. He can create his own albums too.
Yeah, he killing it. Yeah.
I want Gunna. Hey, but hold up though. Anybody's lying if you say you don't want to see Drip Too Hard too, though.
Didn't he do it? No,
I would want Gunna and
No,
Lil Baby album now.
Gunna do gotta do something else after that last one he did.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be more fire.
Hey, that was on my head as fire though.
I know it's on my playlist. It's on my like
that nigga could retire and I'm not gonna be sad. I'm just
who? You talking about Gunna or Lil Baby?
He talking about Gunna. Look, we hell out talking. Let me get back.
Yeah, get back.
Hold up. Fofo Bulldog. That shit was fire.
Yeah, Fofo Bulldog is.
Creature with Sway Lee. I was like, okay, that'll hit. That nigga got 730 something songs ready for his album apparently. So
who's that? Sway Lee?
Yeah, of course he gonna have features again. He already
made a
trash. He already made a 40 track. So I don't even.
Shut up.
I hope he don't do nothing wild and try to do that again since he got the ammo for it.
Nigga just gonna start loading up with 40.
This song was pretty fire. That Creature. What was the other one? I fucked with it heavy. Make It Rain, Rowdy Rebel and shit. I like how he had that nigga with the damn jail call hitting his verses. Like that nigga.
Make It Rain is commercial.
Spitting on that hoe. Like
that hoe's obviously we don't listen to the radio, but he on the radio.
Yeah, that hoe was my shit though. Dior, of course, a bonus. That shit was fire. But overall for me, I gave it a 7.5. Cause it was definitely way better than that first shit. Like.
I gave it an 8 just because of the features, so that's why too.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm glad he threw in.
He had nigga 11 people.
But technically, he didn't throw in.
He did it, yeah. Technically, he did it.
It worked out that way. He recorded with more people. I'll put it like that.
And then somebody said he got like 400 unreleased songs too.
Yeah, they about to make another one supposedly after this. Like he said, the deluxe, but then there's gonna be another one after that. But then they did arrest the 5 alleged suspects to his murder today.
Oh yeah, today.
Thursday, y'all. If y'all didn't know, it's July
5 of them.
9th. But yeah, so that's good news. Besides this album dropping, it seemed like they waited for his shit to drop to catch the niggas. So it's shout out to 50 Cent talking about that. But I fucked with it. I gave it a 7.5.
Fact. Nah, man. Definitely. I'll save Kennawayne for last. Going by the last album.
I think you say go by the last album, nigga.
The last Pop Smoke album, I should say it to be clear. I fucked with this, man. I like to see it sound progress a little bit. There's a lot of tracks, and y'all know how I am about a lot of tracks, but the features were enjoyable, I would say, for the most part. Nigga, stop turning your page. No.
Oh shit, my bad. My bad.
Nah, you're good, bro. The features were enjoyable though, man.
I think the electric went out. Stop. I just look back from looking at the album and looked at this nigga shit kind of dark now.
He said you in the dark. Shut up. I'm trying not to look.
I'm gonna cut this.
You can still see me, okay? Right? Yeah. Or no? Can y'all see me?
Yes.
Yes. I was just talking shit.
Can you see yourself, nigga? What is he talking about? I can. Y'all see me?
I can, but it's just like my face is.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Oh man, I hate y'all.
Let me get back on track. I'll cut some of that part.
I'll leave that hole in.
Yeah, I'm not leaving this part in.
All right.
I'm definitely not leaving that in. But nah, man. The album was cool, man. I fuck with obviously like the Lil Baby feature. I thought I think 50 did a really, really good job with this album because you do always worry about it. I won't get too far into the Posthumous albums, given the next topic, but you do always worry about it when the person's not here. But I think 50 did a well-rounded job of nothing that was too crazy. Like you stepped outside of the box, but nothing to where like, you know, you put somebody on a song that Pop wouldn't want to work with necessarily, or at least to my knowledge. You did a lot of East Coast repping. You know, you had little TJ on there. Quavo's on that bitch a lot, but we know he made a lot of songs with Quavo, and they seem to have a good relationship going back and forth. 50's on there. Roddy's on there. Rowdy. Quavo. Future. You know, so I think you had a good mixture of artists, a little something for everybody. Another one of those that's similar to the Gucci where you can kind of pull shit for your playlist, but this was a little bit more cohesive as a body of work. So I fucked with it. In short, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I thought it rolled, man. I liked it, and I liked the direction that they took it. It'll be, there'll be some songs on the playlist definitely going forward. Kennawayne, last but not least, man.
So listen, first off, y'all killed me last time I gave that nigga a 1 for his last album. Obviously, I was not wrong. Okay. I don't care. The nigga dead. He had a 1 album. This shit is what it is.
Here we go. We're getting.
Why that nigga asked that? That said, that nigga
dead. Then that nigga dead.
Nigga, that's exactly what I thought.
Okay.
I was thinking a little way too.
I liked it.
All respect to the dead.
I liked it.
For sure.
But I didn't love it. All right. So, like, I was sitting down with my younger cousin. He's like 18, 19. And he was like, yeah, there's only a few good songs. Let's put it on, And for the night, of course, I think everybody fucked with that one. Gangsters had a fucking 50 Cent feel. Like, I thought that was a 50 Cent track all the way through. Yeah was dope. West Coast shit just really sounded like a Tiger song. I'm going to be real. But I do like the idea that he was trying to venture out to the West Coast.
Different little ways.
No, East Coast, you know what I'm saying? He would have had a higher grade from me, but that Something Special song, he fucked that song up for me. Listen, I don't know, man. I hated that song.
Who else was on that one? I can't remember.
Man, I don't know. Let me look this shit up. Either way, he getting a 5 out of 10. Okay.
I can't remember.
He done came up. Let me see.
A good 4 boost. That's a 2K Gatorade.
He would have got a 6. He didn't fuck up that one song, man. That one, he fucked. Well, you know what? I'm going to switch it up. Because I don't know if he fucked it up because it's a posthumous album. Okay, so I'm going to give him a 5.5. Because I don't know if he fucked it up. But if he did, he gets a 5.
Responsible for it. Okay.
Who was on that?
Okay. So fair enough, man. Fair enough. Yeah, the posthumous albums, man. We've seen a lot happen recently with like Mac Miller, X, obviously Pop Smoke. We have Juice's album coming out tonight. It can obviously be a touchy subject when the person's not here because, you only know the artist's vision really up to a point. A lot of times there's last minute tweaks and things like that. And you really have to leave it in good hands to make sure it's not a money grab. We saw a couple albums drop after X passed, and you definitely see the quality came down quite a bit after he passed.
Right now,
it seemed like that the label was trying to recoup their money, which is understandable. But you always kind of walk that line a little bit interestingly. So, Kennawayne, man, let's start off with you. How do you feel about posthumous albums, man? How do you think they should be handled, and just give us some overall thoughts?
I think all jokes aside, like, even though I gave him a 5, like, I don't know if that's his real album. I hate these albums because the artist doesn't have the final say so. It's not his full creativity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be like, something's good, and I could work with somebody that's so similar to me, and we could be best friends. But we're not always going to agree on how something should sound, what features, changes you should make. I really don't like it, man. It's like, I don't like listening to them because I feel like it's not really them. Like, I'm not really listening to their album. I'm listening to, there may be a few songs, but how they would put it together and everything. I feel like it'd be better to release the songs, especially when they're featured. So, like, if it's a Quavo song, put it on his album. You know what I'm saying? I wish people would do that. I just don't fuck with it. And it's really hard to, like, fully judge an album when they didn't fucking get the final say so. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say if the album was almost complete, like right before they died, cool. I mean, that's a little bit closer, but I'd wish they wouldn't do this shit.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my first point on that as well. Like you're literally hit on right what I was gonna say. As long as either the album was finished, like Biggie, Life After Death type shit, you get a little bit more like, okay, they were already ready to release this album, like they just literally died before its release. Or if most of the songs were already made, where you didn't really get that general feeling with this Pop Smoke, like you felt like they did have to go back punching a lot of verses and shit like that. Same with X. So I think it is a touchy subject, man. So I prefer it the way you said, album's done, whatever, if it's going to be posthumously. If not, I think you need to do one album. I think one posthumous album is cool. I think once you start trying to do multiple, that's where it gets a little bit tricky and you start to look away, because it's like, okay, I want to hear one more Nipsey album. Like, good, bad, whatever. I do want another Nipsey album. Y'all know the way I fuck with Nip. I love that victory lap. I want to hear, I know he had some unreleased music, so I would love to hear an album, but let's not take it too far. Let's stick to one. Hey, I'm gonna give this to the people. This is an album in memory of Nip, whatever. But once you start, let's not carry it out more and more. Like you said, maybe throw some unreleased verses on people's shit. But I don't want to see a bunch of albums floating around after this person's dead and gone, because then it just looks away. Looks like you're trying to capitalize off of their death. And people flock to the shit. Juice WRLD, R.I.P. There's gonna be a ton of people that never fucked with one Juice WRLD song. Like, I was never the hugest Juice WRLD fan, but I'm a part of the culture. I fuck with music, so I'm gonna listen to it. Anybody has the right to listen to it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, these executives know, like, okay, maybe Henny fucked with Juice WRLD, but Kennawayne ain't never fucked with him. I mean, neither has Drew. They're gonna just listen to it just because we're releasing it and he's dead and niggas gonna flock. Okay, let's release one more. Same thing's gonna happen. Henny would already listen to it, but these two niggas gonna listen to it again just so they say, because R.I.P. So it looks away on these executives when they keep doing it. So, I say keep it simple and short. Henny, man, what you think about these albums after they're gone?
So speaking of Juice, I was actually supposed to have my Juice WRLD merch today. So shout out to Chanel Nicole, bitch ass, for not giving me that hoe. She already a week and a half behind, so now I'm on the show without this nigga shirt. While we talking about this nigga album about to drop. So shout out to you, nigga. So I have to clean her up real quick. But yeah, speaking on Juice, I'm obviously a big Juice WRLD fan. I actually do plan on getting the Juice WRLD tat somewhere. Like,
did you say tat?
Yeah, nigga. You ain't got ink, homie?
Shut up.
You got ink?
Nigga, shut up.
Roll your sleeve up. All right, thought so, nigga. So anyways, like I said, with Juice WRLD, I really think it depends on the type of person it is. Because if you listen to his music, Juice kind of already said he's on die a legend. Like, he's already been speaking on his death on the cool before it really happened. So he's already been, like, recording these extra tracks just so he can live forever. Like, he wanted to say die a legend and still say he's going to forever live. He was, like, on that type of shit. So when it comes to him, I think it's actually cool that his album's coming. Of course, like you said, I don't want to see, like, 3 or 4 albums coming out, because like times change, like niggas raps are different. Like, if a nigga's dead, he's dead. Like, not trying to be funny about it. Like, we don't need to hear Juice WRLD album for 2020. Like, it's like not nothing new and current, like with what's going on in the world. But like, as far as singles go, like you can do a deluxe, and then after that drop like some singles. Like, just drop all his tracks as singles after that.
Yeah.
Periodically from like every 3 months or something, just drop another Juice single of some recordings. Like, I'll fuck with that. But like multiple albums, that's where I'm like, nah. Like two is the most for me that I can say.
Because he would have evolved as an artist eventually too. And
I know some niggas drop 2 albums in a year, so 2 is like the most I can do as far as like a nigga being dead already and coming out with an album. So
yeah, and then it's like Juice, he was pretty notorious for his workload too. So we know he was making a lot of songs though. He's one of those artists that had 300 songs in the vault ready to go, because we knew how he worked. Just the same with like a Future or a Wayne, they're always making shit. It's just when it's artists like an X or somebody that is a little different with their musical process, you're just like, but Damo, man, what do you think about the posthumous album?
I think it's like a double-edged sword, because as a fan, you wanna see another album just because you're like a fan, but the stuff behind it is crazy. Like you said, you're like, Pop Smoke, this was a good album, but you don't know if it would have came together like that, because you don't know his vision and who he would have had feature and whatnot. So you're not going to get like the originality or what you really thought was going to be the album. It's a good album, obviously, but it's like you don't know if that was really what he intended for. So it's kind of hard, and I just think it depends on who it doesn't depend on who it is. It's just like I said, it's a double-edged sword. I was looking at stuff too, and I saw Lil Pump. I'm lying, Lil Peep had passed.
I was like, that nigga ain't dead.
Boy, I hyped Lil Peep and XX, and I was looking at some shit to where somebody made a collaboration album, but one of Lil Peep's friends was pissed because they were like, he didn't like XX because of that domestic violence charge he had. He was like, Lil Peep did not like X because of that. He vouched so many times to get him off the same radio and this, and this, and somebody still made a collaboration of an album. And so that was kind of hard. And then like right now, shit's been happening, and Lil Peep's mom, not that I like Lil Peep or anything, it's just what I saw. Lil Peep's mom is like trying to take over with his music, and that's why he made that second album. He made the first album, it was like Come Over Sober or Don't Come Over Till You're Sober, and then she put together Come Over If You're Sober too, but she was like, he has way more music, and she's just trying to put it out because of what he said. And to me, that's like super hard because obviously corporate trying to get money off of it. You don't know what the parents' intentions are. And it's just a whole lot of stuff. And then like you said, like I said earlier, Pop Smoke, if he really does have 400 unreleased things of music, what the fuck are you going to do with that shit? And you don't know how that nigga wanted to collaborate everything. So
it's going to come out. We know the real, and like we can talk here all day, but you know it's going to come out because there's money you made off it and off his name. It's just like, I feel like it undoes. You went through all this shit to get 50 Cent. Like, let's put some respect on that nigga's name. Like, we know he doesn't rap like that anymore, but like you went through the whole rigmarole having 50 Cent executive produce this grand album that come out. You're gonna have him curate it, and then it's like you undo it by then just putting together a bunch of random stupid mixtapes. Meet the Woo 3, Meet the Woo 4. Like, we're gonna see stupid shit like that. To where
exactly.
It's like, why are y'all undoing it? Let him go out with style, you know. Also, shout out to Lil Peep. That documentary on Netflix is fire. I wasn't a big Lil Peep fan, but that documentary, anybody was.
I have not seen that yet either.
You need to watch that like yesterday, bro. Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't watched that. Like,
I'm about to say the way this nigga was just talking about Lil Peep.
The thing is,
I seen that whole nigga.
No, the thing is, I don't like Lil Peep, so that I obviously end up hearing about him a lot more in Denver. You know, these people, they like Lil Peep.
You know he died from hot Cheetos?
Boy, they like he's emo and he's rap, so they love him over here. So when I go to somebody's house,
he makes me so sad. He makes me want to cut my. No, let me stop.
Nigga, no, you're right, nigga. You're exactly. And
he said, "No, nigga, you're right."
And I'll be in there, and I'm like, "Nigga, this is not it. It's not it."
Damo, watch the motherfucking Netflix documentary tonight. I guarantee you tomorrow you'll be fucking. I'm not even gonna say it because I'm not.
But I know what
sensitive.
Yeah, I got you. I know what you mean.
You're gonna be wearing fucking eyeliner and nail polish tomorrow. You're gonna be emo like a motherfucker. The next time he contributes, he's gonna be like, "Hey,
this nigga come back looking like Jeff Hardy with the paint on his shit."
Yeah. This is a corporate. You're gonna come back on. This is a corporate capitalist world, man. Fuck the man.
Nigga going from Dominique Drew to Lenny Kravitz.
Nah, but hey, fuck with that shit, bro. And watch it in HD too, nigga. Don't watch it in standard.
Nigga, yeah, I got the HD.
I know you niggas be bumming out there, bro.
I got the HD.
Okay, hey, last topic, fellas. Not really topic, just one for the fun, man. Everybody, hot take prediction, something that'll happen in hip hop and the culture by the end of the year. Kennawayne, man, what you got for us?
Drake will not have the album of the year.
I can see that. I don't think he had the album of the year 2018.
I think somebody is going to surprise us with a drop, whether it be Kendrick, Cole, and I think that's the album that's just going to take it.
Okay. Henny, man, what you got for us?
Millie and Kodak both getting out of jail this year.
That nigga said both of them, though.
But Millie gonna go back because he gonna shoot somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Somebody else is gonna accidentally get shot in his car.
Damn.
I promise you, I didn't.
That's
do this
a bold
one
ass
either.
prediction.
Hey, nah, real talk.
Not only do they both gotta get out, one's
he
going
gonna
back
gotta
to
kill a
jail.
nigga. Nah, but real talk, Melly getting out. That's my prediction.
I think he might too. He does have what Boosie's lawyer, so
Melly getting out. That's my prediction.
good, interesting prediction. Dominique, what you got, bro?
Oh man, it's a hard one. My bold prediction is Gucci Mane gonna come out with 2 more albums, just like he did with his whole crew. His new 1017. What I've been looking at, he's trying to get everybody on. So that's my prediction.
Okay, good prediction. Good prediction. I'm gonna go with something simple, but I think this year we will get a J. Cole, Kendrick collab on a song. I think we'll get something with them both on a song by the end of this year. I think they both have projects coming this year, and I think that on one of those projects we will have a Cole and Kendrick collaboration. I'm praying for it. Let's go, man.
Nigga, that'd be tight as fuck.
Hey, if they come up with an album, that'd be the life.
Man, I couldn't even. That would be even a bold prediction for
That
me.
nigga made me slap my mic off.
But I think we'll get a song. We'll get a song. I think by the end of this year.
At least a song, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Yeah, do that little Kodak.
So, as we always do, every week we have our current rotation. Let's see what's in everybody's Serato. Kennawayne, man, what you got for your 5 in the rotation, bro?
Yeah, I'll make it real quick. I got Exotic, Little Baby featuring Starlito, So Icy, Pooh Shiesty with K Sade, YNW Nelly, Butter Pecan, We Paid, Little Baby featuring 42 Doug, and Throwback, No Diggity, Blackstreet.
No diggity.
I like it.
Bag it up, bag it up. Our grandma actually loved that song back in the day.
Hey, we was listening to it yesterday at the funeral or after the funeral. So we was and me and my cousin had the throwback hits, Johnny Kemp, all them hoes.
Hey. Well, nigga, since you had an opinion on it, Dominique, you get to go next.
Got you. All right. This week I got Glory, Lil Wayne.
Hey. Okay, quick, before you move on.
Yeah.
Y'all know it re-released on Spotify. I'm not tripping. That shit's they did redo the vocals on that shit, right? On the Glory.
No, they did.
Vocals, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Because I was like, this is a different song.
The video to that hell went hard too on YouTube.
The original song went harder though, in my opinion. The original sample, the way they had it. But I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna let you.
Yeah. Like you said, like I said, Glory, Lil Wayne. Then I got Beat King, then Leave. That's been all over TikTok. I'm not even on TikTok, but it's on TikTok and I'm on Instagram. So I see that shit, people dancing. Then I got this is an NBA 2K song, Out of There, Mo. Then I got Tatted, Young Dolph. And then I got Ball Hard. I got Ball Hard, Lil Twist, and Lil Wayne on that hoe.
Okay. Came with a little something.
Lil Twist.
Well, I died. He kind of wrecked that hoe though.
Nah, he did.
This was a heavy Lil Baby week for me. I was jamming that deluxe album quite a bit. I had Lowdown and Solid, both from the deluxe. I had Life from Loop. If y'all don't know, that's one of Cole's artists off of the Dreamville album. This was a new single he had dropped, Life. Definitely a super dope song. He has the video out too. I threw on I think I did the Buffs and Wires, which was Westside Gunn featuring Benny the Butcher and Boldy James, and then I did For the Night, which was that Pop Smoke, Lil Baby and the Baby. Everybody did go.
That's a good little lesson.
Nah, Henny gotta go.
So yeah.
Dark Lives Matter, sir.
Damn.
Dark Lives Matter. You feel me?
This nigga.
That was racist.
My boy Rick and Morty on that.
Yeah, so everybody went right.
All light-skinned niggas gone. All right.
Oh,
we'll see y'all episode 12 for the. For my 5, I did put Key Glock. I'm just saying. You feel me all the time. Then I got King Von, Lil Durk, Down Me.
King Vaughn.
Shut up, man. You don't fuck with King. No.
Damn, I knew you was shit. I do fuck with that nigga though.
Then I got Fabio. Is that how you say it? Fabio 4? I be wanting to say Fabio sometimes. That's just right. I ain't gonna lie. The nigga in me be wanting to say Fabio.
You got it. You nailed it.
But yeah, Fabio 4.
Intro
Move like a boss. Got that whole Ace Boogie.
I'm hunting them down.
Blood my wrist. That whole fire as fuck. Then I got Tyler Sign. I said Tyler Sign. Ty Dollar Sign featuring.
I was like, who?
FKA Twigs and Skrillus. Ego Dick.
There you go. Okay,
that's
I like
definitely something different with that last song. I'm gonna let y'all know there. So
that boy Fabio say the same ad libs every song. The Mad Libs working well. I like that list though, man. I fucks with it. Everybody had good lists.
I did fuck with some tracks on the damn album reviews, but I kept them off the top 5. You know what I'm saying? Gotta give them more music out here.
Fact. Okay, well, shit, everybody had a good list. Y'all be sure to check out our updated Spotify playlist where you can check out, everything with our current 5s and a compilation of just all the weeks we've had so far. So it'll be kind of like you're moving through the weeks with us to kind of check out our list. Last, man, we always do our outros. Just give everybody a little time to, say what they've been doing, plug whatever they want to plug, and just give a general shout out, man. So today, I will let our guest, who hopefully be a contributor here going forward quite often, and we'll see him
thank
on
you,
some
sir.
Leave the comments below if y'all want to see this nigga again or not. If not, we'll have this nigga doing some other shit.
We'll see him on some other stuff.
Go ahead,
like I said, we don't want to. All right.
Continue, sir.
Oh, man. I'm going to just give a shout out to all the previous guests. Episode 3, Adam. Episode 4, J. King. 5, Crystal. 6, Spinks. 7, Dolce. 9, Miles. And 10, Landon Marcel. They done a great job. I've been watching, obviously, since I'm part of this the whole time. And everybody's doing great. Everybody has a little input. Everybody has their own opinion. No one's looks scared a little bit, but I mean, everyone's great. And then just for people out there who don't know, Henny is my younger brother, and then Lorenzo is my brother as well. Not by blood. No, well, they knew I was older, but me and Henny are actually blood brothers. Me and Lorenzo are brothers, but we're not brothers by blood. Kennawayne, I know Kennawayne since I know Kennawayne since I was.
Kennawayne just in the bottom left corner.
Right? That nigga just in the bottom left corner.
He just over there,
Nah, I know that nigga. He's a grade over me, so I known that nigga. I guess since I've been in high school.
Yeah, nigga, we used to run from the dogs,
and we all used to walk to school together,
or run.
Walk it my sister.
Goddamn pit bull start chasing
me. Exactly. So we all close. Lorenzo and Henny are the 2 closest niggas I got. So we. And just then put that in perspective. No, not just you. You went to Abilene. You went to Abilene, and then now you're in Broncos, and I'm in Denver. But obviously, Henny being my brother, and then Lorenzo being
who he is. Guys.
So just putting that in perspective. So we all know each other. So that's why it's all fun and games and whatnot. And I've watched everything, and I've seen all the comments. So it's funny and it's fun to see. I'm glad everybody's doing all right. So.
Man, we're glad to have you a part of it. Shout out to Denver, you know what I'm saying? I don't think y'all are quite as hot as that. What was the temperature today? Do you know?
Well, they trying to get hot. Nah, it was 90. It was 91 today. That's hot.
Ooh.
Yeah, but what was the wind chill, nigga?
Nigga, who knows? Shit.
Nah, nigga, I thought it was low, nigga.
Hey, nigga, obviously, it's not hot like Texas. I remember I was out in some jeans.
Yeah, nigga, your mountains still got snow, nigga.
I was like, nigga, it's 81. Nigga, I got jeans on. I feel the breeze.
Go run up a mountain, boy. Shit, you'll be fine. You can cool down.
Your mountains definitely got snow still.
Hey, nigga, they do. They do. It's snow year round.
I just want to give a special shout out to Auto Insurance by Remco. If you need some insurance for your cars, this is where you need to go. Remco. I'm fake as fuck, but nah, really, I ain't have no shout outs. I charged Chanel making me look stupid without my Juice WRLD shirt today. But shout out Juice, because I'm definitely gonna be bumping that album when it comes out. Shout out to my PLUG that I'm gonna have to hit up for when that album comes out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Peep the Snapchats, because I'm live on that hoe. And I'm out. That's all I got.
I forgot to say follow me on Instagram, but we'll put
Nigga,
that
don't
in
nobody
the
want to
description.
Get the fuck out of you. Nobody want to
Right?
follow
Don't
your
nobody
ass.
want to follow. That's fine too.
Block
We
your
had
ass
the
after this show.
Instagrams, the Snapchats, and the Facebooks down below this episode. That's how we feel.
Kennawayne, man, what you got for us?
All right. First off, shout out to my uncle. Laid him to rest yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Rest in peace. Shout out to Lorenzo for actually saying like and subscribe in the beginning.
Ooh,
Shout out to
Episode
Drew's
11.
Electricity for going out.
that nigga. Don't be calling me
shout
out
out-
like that.
Lorenzo, you need to take your trash out too. Shout out to Yo Shirt Henny.
No, that's water. That's water. It's water. I promise.
Shout
It did
out
look like trash.
I just
To
did
me.
water though.
Shout out to me. I got a video dropping. I've been producing and shit. Shout out to Tizzle, Nizzle. That's the nigga that's in the video. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to all the guests that were better than Drew.
Damn, that's a lot. That's all of them. Shit.
All 7 of y'all niggas.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Nah, but I appreciate you being on, Drew. Man, we'll definitely have you back, fam.
You're damn right, nigga. Shit.
We gotta actually have 5 screens at once. That nigga gonna lose his mind. That nigga, what you talking about? What's that
Nah.
white boy mean? What that nigga said? That white kid. Like, nigga, why you moving your head so?
Nigga, I was like, I can't hear nothing. What's going on? Oh shit.
But nah, man, I'm glad this was a really fun episode. Just to have all my brothers here with me and shit. So, interesting week. Hot as the devil's ass crack out there right now. So, trying to stay up out that shit as much as possible, man. Still at the crib all day. Man,
Is that Josh?
Josh Floor is lit right now. He said, "Dang."
So, but man, it's one of them things. It nigga threw me off. It's one of them things, though, man. Just everybody, keep going, keep prospering. Try to continue watching out for each and every person, and treat everybody like your neighbor. So, except for those of y'all who treat your neighbor bad, don't do that. But, because I don't know how some of y'all act. But shout out to D.Drew, man, coming through. He's been,
Blend Bud in the building.
in the behind the scenes
I'm
process.
waiting on the Camden Impress freestyle. Go ahead, I mean.
he's been a big part of the behind the scenes shit, and just helping everything come together and trying to come up with ideas for the pod. So definitely shout out and go follow that boy on Instagram. What's your Instagram, D.Drew?
D_Drew1.
There you go. It'll be all in
Basic.
the down
Very
below
basic.
in the comment section, actually in the details or whatever the fuck description. But outside of that, man,
Right.
y'all like, subscribe. We out of this bitch. Peace.